I want to begin my remarks by condemning unequivocally the recent decision by the Belgian government to send Asdallah Assadi back to Tehran. Let's call this for exactly what it is: appeasement. It is appeasement that will only lead to more terror and more hostage-taking by the Iranian regime. It will turn Belgium into a sanctuary and Brussels a sanctuary city in the heart of Europe for terrorism and terrorist activities that will make all Europeans, and indeed people all over the world, less safe and less secure. It is also contrary to human rights, international law, and recent trends, the values personified by President Zelensky and the Ukrainian people. We understand that Ukraine's fight is everyone's fight. The same is true of your fight for a better future, a safer future, a more democratic future for Iran. The regime would have you believe that your protests are simply a call to impose a different type of tyranny on the Iranian people, a call back to the Shah and his repression. Nothing could be further from the truth. All of this is simply a mask, a smokescreen by the regime to try to distract people's attention from its continued terrorism throughout the Middle East, its continued repression at home against the Iranian people, and its massive corruption that fuels the mullahs and this regime going forward. The true costs of Iran's terror and repression are now much better understood than they were even a few years ago. The world now stands behind you and all the freedom-loving Iranian people around the world in support of your aspirations, just as they do stand behind the aspirations of the Ukrainian people. In the United States, there is now wide bipartisan support for Madame Rajavi and her agenda of respect for human rights and representative democracy. She has been, and she continues to be, a beacon of light illuminating a pathway forward for all the Iranian people, a pathway forward that will lead to a democratic Iran where everyone can live safely, securely, and in prosperity. Today, that is what I wish for you and all the Iranian people, a life of peace, security, and safety. And so I say to you once more, thank you for this privilege you've given me to address you today, and may the coming year be filled with nothing but happiness and best wishes. Thank you.